look like this, with your little flowery feet. Beautiful. Hello and welcome to episode 22 of that LOWROW Kades podcast, and I've just realised that it's exactly 1 year today when I first did an episode. My first ever episode was on the 6th of May 2021 and today is the 6th of May 2022. So this is the year episode and I didn't realise. I knew it was coming up, but I thought it was later in May, and I should have done something. So I'm thinking I'll sort something for the next episode, episode 23, because that's a milestone, isn't it? I've been podcasting for a year. So yeah, a whole year. And when I look back at that first one, I'm dead like, hello, my name is Kelly, and I live here, and yeah, I'm dead shy in it. And I remember being extremely nervous though, so yeah. So, if you're new here, hello. My name is Kelly and I am from the northeast of England, and this is a knitting and designing podcast. If you are not new here, hi. I don't know what's going on today. So, I'm going to I'll sort something for next episode so that, yeah, a little bit of a celebration for having a 1 year old podcast. Yeah, okay, I'll think of something. So I'm gonna get on with it. It's a bit of a weird episode considering it's my 1 year anniversary episode, because for the last 2 weeks I've only really been working on one thing, but you'll see, because last week it was just skeins that I was showing you, skeins of yarn, so you will see how much it's grown. But yes, I will show you all the things I've been working on. I have been working on 2 other things, but very minimally, yes, something like that. So I think I've lost the plot today. Finally, it's finally all gone. Yeah, let's crack on. Have I said everything I need to say? I'm thinking that I haven't. This is LOWROW Kades podcast. It's knitting and design. I said that. You can find me on Instagram as LOWROW Kades. I have this little thing. And yeah, let's just crack on now. So, finished object. I have one finished object, and that is these little things. So this is the proper one. So these socks. Oh, you can see the thing through. Oh, if only I could knit it like that. So these are a new design. And I've named them the First Bloom, I think that's what I ended up with, the First Bloom socks, I think. They are a taupe sock with a German short row heel. It's just vanilla until you get to this little flower. The flower unfortunately doesn't work in a top down situation, so we can't do cuff down. They have to be a taupe sock. So I'm sorry for the cuff down fans. I can't. I've tried and tried and tried, but I can't get these leaves to work in top down. So yeah, it's a taupe sock, but taupe socks aren't that bad, I promise. I used to be a bit like about them, but they're all right. So we get this little flower. There we go. So it's bubbles, so they do stick out. It is 3D flower, which would go on the side. Now this one, I do have 2, but I'm going to show you. So this one was the first one that I did, and I didn't I didn't like how much stocking stitch there was above the flower. See the difference? So there's only actually 2 rows extra on that one, but it just stands out a bit more. So I like that one better. So I'll be pulling this one back and just fixing that. This one also is slightly bigger. This one I cast on 56 stitches and it's a little bit too tight for me. I've actually pulled it trying to get it on, look. So it's a little bit too tight for me. This one is a 60 stitch and is a much better fit. I've got a little bit of a hole in my heel. I kind of, oh, Kelly, can you even see? Hang on, it's really awkward to get my hand in. Can you see the hole I've done? Oh, not very well, I'm sorry. Such a brilliant podcaster. I kind of rushed them because I was working on the other thing that I've been working on constantly and I was really desperate to get that done. And I had a kind of a contracted deadline to show these finished, so I kind of like rushed it. So I've got a couple of bits I need to fix that were just done in a rush, but I have partially written up the pattern. I just need to figure out how to get you to get around to the part where you put the flower, and then I'm going to get those into testing. But yeah, so the flower's only on one side, so it's obviously the outside of your foot. You'd be like this, with your little flowery feet. Beautiful. So yeah, first bloom. They're knitted in Hobbie's rainbow sock. It's the 4-ply, and like that's what the yarn is called. It's called rainbow sock 4-ply. And this is the curry colourway. I always got to call it Madras. It's not. I'm just gonna, oh, my tea stuck to the table. I'm just gonna pour myself some tea because it wasn't brewed. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. Oh my God, I'm making a mess. Oh. So I've got Bird and Blend's carrot cake tea today and it's lovely. With milk in. I usually put milk in the ones that you can. It's very nice. Right, so first bloom socks, yeah. That's it. It only took 1 ball of the rainbow sock and I've still got that much left of the 1 ball. My camera takes ages to focus. So, oh, hello, what are you doing? Go. So yeah, this is what it looks like. You've seen it before. You've seen it lots actually. Yeah, I thought I'd need 2. Probably because they're shorties. They're not, well, they're not shorties, but they're like they're in between a shorty and a mid calf. They're not. I would class them as a shorty. So yeah, I mean the bigger sizes. Like I said, I did a 56 and a 60. I would normally do a 60. I'd probably still have a little bit left if they were both 60. And the bigger sizes, you might need to go into the second ball. But yeah, I was quite impressed, 1 ball. So there we go. So they are first bloom. I think. Pretty sure that's what I called them. I went through so many different names. Lots of things to do with flowers are taken and it's really difficult. But so they are going into testing hopefully next week. I do have a big test starting next week, which you'll see in a minute. So that's those. Other thing that I've been doing a tiny amount of work on is my, I can't put anything on there now because I spilled tea. Is my Chunky Dahlia So I started on the ribbon. So you'll have seen this before. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. And I basically did, what's that? Just over an inch. Oh God, it smells. I know I keep saying it, but it's really potent when I pull it out. So I did, oh don't get it in the tea. I did this much of the rib. You can see where I was last time. So I've done naff all. I'm gonna do stitches. Done absolutely naff all, but yeah, it takes a while because there's like 200 odd stitches on there. I think that was like an hour's work, I think, an hour and a half maybe, not 100%. But yes, it is going really well, but I do think I need to order some more yarn. I thought I had more left over from, basically I'd used this yarn to knit a cardigan, the Arlo Mountain cardigan, for my son Rowan. And I had a couple of balls left over, so I just topped up what I needed to knit this, and it's knitted in the West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat. I've got a ball band somewhere around here. There it is. It's knitted in this, and I'm using the Tranquil colourway. Yeah, so I've topped it up thinking I had enough, and then when I've gone to get another one, I don't think I've got any left, and I haven't got the sleeves done. So I've obviously calculated that completely wrong. So yeah, I think I need another 2 balls. I don't know if I need 2 or 1, I can't decide. I'll see what's left when I finish the rib. But that's it. That's all I've done on my Chunky Dahlia, because it was basically, I picked that up because I'd hit yet another snag in the top I've worked on, and it was really late, and I was like, hi, I'm not doing this now. So I put that down and I picked up Chunky Dahlia and just had an hour before bed working on that. So the big thing that I've been working on, which you saw, you saw the skeins last week, is the Moon Glade. Oh, there goes my stoppers. The Moon Glade top. Does anyone else find that the stoppers won't stay on? These, they just fall off, and the little ones, I don't know. I mean, when you put them on, they feel like they're quite stuck on there, but then they just fall off. Anyway, so Moon Glade, here we go. This is all I've been working on for the last 2 weeks, apart from the things I've showed you, but like they were bare minimum of effort. Where am I? There's the back. Right. Let me see all of that. Yes. Right. So this is a Moon Glade top. This is my design. This is a requested design. I designed the Moon Glade dress last year, and I've had lots of requests about an adult version. I didn't want to do a dress. I haven't got the patience to knit a dress. I would love to design an adult dress, and there's knitted dresses in my Ravelry queue because I'd love to knit a dress. Well, I think it would take me about 5 years. I think I'd get so bored. Like, that's a lot of stocking stitch, isn't it? Like, I've been bored knitting this from there to there because I just get sick. So for me to knit a full, it just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen for me knitting the dress, I don't think. One day I'm going to do it, but I think it will take me a long time. Anyway, so I didn't want to do a dress, and decided to change it into a top. And I might add like a girl's top version as well, so you proper match him. But basically Glade has these, it's got like the wide neck, square, it does have short rows in the back so that you're not choked with it, and then it's got these pretty sleeves. Oh, please don't get this in the tea. I'm going to wipe my tea up, hang on. I said that as if it was some like profound idea to wipe up tea, like Einstein over here, see. Right, so it's got this pretty lace, which isn't blocked obviously. Don't know how well you can see that. So you get these like triangles that go like down your shoulder and then the lace starts. They're just short sleeves, there's not going to be any extension on the sleeve. So then it's a straight body, it's got a tiny bit of shaping in some of the sizes just to allow for it to go out for the hips. So the shaping will come from just a little bit after the bust and it'll start to like come out. It's very slight, you probably won't even notice it. It's just to allow for hip width, whereas like the very small sizes, they'll be straight because they don't have the hip width. It's kind of like an empire shape, but a very subtle empire shape. And then you have the same lace going along the bottom, which is where I'm at. So that's what we've got going along the bottom. And yeah, and then ribbon out. And then the sleeves just need to edge in. So I'm really nearly done. I don't feel like it's quite long enough though. The reason I've had so many problems, right, is this top absolutely defies all the maths. It does not make sense. Usually you calculate, you have your sizing, you find out your gauge, you decide what ease you want, you add the ease to the sizing, and then you times the size by the gauge, get your stitch count, and off you pop. But this one, when you times, I basically wanted this with like 2 to 4 centimetre ease, right? I calculated everything, and for my size it said around my bust I needed 300 stitches, probably 2 centimetres ease, blah blah blah. When I knitted it, like I've knitted this so much now, but basically I tried it on with a 300 stitches, which should have been a 2 centimetre ease, and it was like 20 centimetres. It was insanely huge, and I had to rip it all out and start again. And long story short, I've had to work this out with an 8 centimetre negative ease to get it to fit with a 2 to 4 centimetre ease. It just defies the maths, and I don't know why. I'm not trained at a college or anything. I'm trained, like I'm self-taught. Everything that I do is self-taught. I've knitted things and I've just figured stuff out, and I've gone online and searched stuff. It's all self-taught. So I'm not adept enough, I suppose, to like figure out exactly what is going wrong. And I whether it's the lace that does it, or it just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I've had quite the nightmare. It's been a very emotional roller coaster, and it's my friend the other day called it a labour of love, and it is 100% a labour of love. If it was a personal project, it would have been set on fire and put in the bin, but it's not, and it's requested, and everybody who sees it seems to really like it. A lot of people, like, if it's your taste, obviously lace isn't for everybody. Getting a lot of messages saying, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I know it's something that people are excited for, and that's absolutely brilliant. As a designer, that's all you want. But it's been extremely difficult. So I just want it done now. I'm sick of it. But it's all I've worked on for the last 2 weeks, which is why that's it. That's all I've got to show you in terms of the work I've done. So I have videoed the process of designing Moonglade. I decided I was doing that way back before I knew what a nightmare was going to be. So yeah, that video will be coming out like once the pattern's released. So if you're interested in seeing exactly the design process and how horrendous it can sometimes be, then that'll be a good video for you. So this is knitted in Skein and the Stitch classic sock, and this is her blush colourway. It's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. And to be honest with you, I'm alternating skeins. And I dropped one of my skeins in my tea. Can you see? It's all hard and crunchy. Oh. But this is, I'm alternating skeins, and this was the same size as this, but obviously this one had to go out of action, and I went on to my third skein. But this is what, so I'm alternating skeins. So this was one that was cast on with, and I'm still here with it, and I'm at the lace. So I think these smaller sizes, it's a 2 skein project, which is brilliant. So yes, that is, I'll leave that out because I've got acquisitions to show you. So that is the Moonglade top. I am putting it in testing on Monday. It's Friday today. I still have little bits of the pattern to write up. I am not gonna lie, I'm absolutely terrified. I'm so scared for it to go into testing because, oh, what if it all goes wrong? Just, oh, God help me. Just keep me in your thoughts, please, for the next 6 weeks while it's in testing. Okay, so that's it for works in progress. I have not had time to work on anything else, so I know that's a bit rubbish, and I'm sorry. I literally have done nothing else. But I have got some acquisitions to show you, and that's because I was saving up to go to Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which I'm still going, don't worry, which is the end of this month, 28th of May, and I have saved lots and lots so that I can just have a massive blowout and really like puff up my stash, because my stash isn't that big. So I'm going to really puff up my stash, really treat myself and go a bit mad, and I've like saved up so that I can do that, which means I haven't been buying anything. But last week, was it last week? Yeah, Sunday just gone, my lovely friend Angela invited me to Knit and Natter at, there used to be a shop in Durham, which is north of me. It's Durham in the UK, called Woollabaloo, run by Lucy. It's had to close down, but she still has an online shop, and she was having a little knit and natter in her back garden, and she also was selling off some old stock to make room for new. So what are you gonna do? It's there in front of you on sale. So I didn't go too mad because I really want to refrain myself for Yorkshire Yarn Fest, but which I'm actually getting a little bit scared about, because I've seen some of the, I've looked through the list and seen some of the dyers that are going to Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and I'm in huge trouble, really big trouble, because oh my god, there's some amazing dyers going. But anyway, so at Lucy's I got a few things. So I ended up getting, I'm going to show you, I got this amazing socks, yeah. Does it have the colourway? Almondine, I think. I think it's Almondine. My nana's name was Alma, so that's nice. So it's just the most vibrant rust. It's absolutely stunning. I got 2 skeins because you usually need 2 skeins of this for socks. And they're going to be some autumnal socks. I just, oh. And sock share is so soft, it's beautiful. So I got some of that. And I got my first ever Zorba ball. You got Zorba ball crazy. So I've never had a Zorba ball, and I found it in the bottom of one of the baskets and one of the tubs. And Angela, my friend Angela, she said, "How have you got a Zorba ball?" I was like, "There's one in there. I found it." So I got a Zorba ball. So I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I'm thinking maybe a shawl or something. It's not really my colours, but it was a Zorba ball. So I was having it. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do with it. And then Angela, bless her heart, got me a Barham U Titus. It's for my birthday and it's in the Heathcliff colourway. And it is 70% British wool and 30% UK alpaca. And it's just, oh, it's so soft and fluffy. I absolutely love it. No idea what I'm going to do with this either. I think it's a 4-ply. Is it a 4-ply? I think it is, doesn't say. I'll figure out what to do. It's just so beautiful. So she got me that for my birthday, which was, it was like the beginning of April, but I hadn't seen her. So she got me that, and she also got me these cute little stitch markers, which I haven't had out yet. I just haven't had a chance to do anything. It's just been moon glade. Like, you know when you see people in cartoons and they have them black and white swirly eyes and they're just like, that's what it's been like, but just moon glade. So these stitch markers, and they've all got little sheep on. I don't know whether you'll see these. Oh, it is focusing. So they've got little sheep. All different sheep wearing woolly jumpers. So yeah, so those. And then also for my birthday, which I don't think I shared, because I've been on since my birthday, haven't I? I don't think I shared it. This was from my lovely friend Amanda at Cuddle Bunny Knits. Amanda, who is all the way in America, and she sent me some Malabrigo Rios in, oh, some of their names are so hard. Niebler, spelled like this. It's Niebla, whatever that says, and it's gorgeous. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Now this is a worsted weight, so I have plans. I'm going to arrowroot gloves in this, so that's the plan. So that'll be like autumn time. Okay, and then Angela again, who is just amazing, like, she's just amazing. I absolutely love her to bits. She gave me some things that she just didn't want anymore. So I've got this lovely bag, you know, one of these that you have over your wrist when you're knitting, with all these sheepies on. I like this one, he's looking very proud. So she gave me that because she doesn't use it. She also gave me this lovely project bag. I don't think it's got any tags to where it's actually from. It's got a little pocket inside. I don't think it says who made it, which is a shame because it's really lovely. But then she gave me all these minis that she just didn't want. They weren't her colour. Oh, and they're gorgeous. So I'm going to quickly show you. So we've got Falling Stars Hollow. I don't know where half of these are from, so. Falling Stars Hollow. Hang on, let me open my bag. Luke Danes. Twisty the Clown. Camp Redwood. Jenny Lee. I think that's a Call Your Midwife reference, isn't it? Suki St James, or Suki. There we go. And two more. What's this one? Chummy. That's a Friends reference. Finally, Rachel Green. Absolutely gorgeous. She just gave me them all. I mean, look. They could do a fade and everything. They're just so beautiful. So Angela, you're amazing. I know she watches. You're amazing, and I'm so glad to have her in my life. So I was talking to Angela yesterday, and I'd said a couple of weeks back, I'd said about doing a granny I need new teeth. A granny stripe blanket, but I can't crochet. But I have all these scraps of 4-ply fingering and sock yarn, and I want to do something with them. I tend to use them for swatching for new designs, but I still have bits spare, and I would like to do something really pretty with them. So when we were at the knit group, we were talking about granny stripes, and one of the other ladies there was telling me that as a non-crocheter, doing a granny stripe might be quite difficult because it'll look wonky because of my tension. And they were all saying you want to start with granny squares. So I was like, right, okay. And then I watched Amanda from Little LIKAC do her podcast, her most recent podcast yesterday. I was watching, it didn't go out yesterday, I watched it yesterday. And she's doing the Battenburg blanket, which is not granny squares, but it's not too far from the tree sort of thing. And all these little squares, and I mean, it would be a labour of love and it would take forever. But I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I'll put a picture in. Put a picture in there. I can't think who it's designed. I can't think it was designed by or anything, which is terrible. But I'll write it up. But I saw that and I was like, Angela, do you think I could do this? She's on holiday, and I'm still like going, but Angela, can I do this? And she said she didn't think I would have too much trouble doing that. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. And those minis are gonna go with those minis. I'm gonna try and get them in it. So I'm gonna try and do that. But first, Moonglade. Moonglade has to be off my needles. Hopefully by Monday. Yes. And then I'm gonna try and do one of them, a Battenburg blanket, which that'll be years, won't it? That'll be years down the line. But yes, I'm gonna try and do that. And probably need to learn how to read a crochet pattern first. What else? So I haven't done a podcast recommendation for a long time, and it's probably because I still watch my regular podcasts, which I've recommended already, but I haven't really got into any new ones, and not because there isn't any great ones, just because I really don't have the time, and I tend to fall behind with the ones that I watch already. I tend to fall like weeks behind, and I'm having to chase my tail all the time. So that's why I haven't recommended anyone, because I haven't really done anybody new. But I do want to recommend one that I should have recommended ages ago, and I don't know why I haven't. But that is CARLA PERT. Her podcast is Sew, Knit, Create and Repeat. And but if you search CARLA PERT, I'll write that all below. But she's based in New Zealand. She knits and sews, as it says, sew, knit, create, repeat. She knits and sews, and she creates some really, I wish I could sew like her. She makes such lovely things. She's really funny, and I really enjoy watching her. But her channel is just super quiet. It's like nobody can find her or something. So I wanted to tell you that she's out there and she's great fun, and I really do like watching her podcast. And she's currently knitting her first ever pair of socks, and she chose my Stormseeker socks. And Stormseeker have a fiddly bit because you have to stitch shuffle, and it's her first ever socks, and she's down the leg, and she hasn't even mentioned the stitch shuffling bit. So she's gonna fly socks if she gets into doing socks. And she's also knitting a really old hat pattern of mine. So yeah, check her out, because she knits some amazing things. Beautiful cable jumpers, and she sews beautiful dresses and skirts and things like that. So she's definitely worth having a head over and having a look. And yeah, she's brilliant. She makes me laugh. So that is my podcast recommendation. I probably won't give you another one for like 6 months. But so we've got an episode before I go to Yarn Fest, haven't we? I'll try and do a bit of filming around Yorkshire Yarn Fest, but I'm awful at filming in public. I'm really bad at it. But I think a Yarn Fest, they expect that, don't they? So I might be okay. We'll see how we go. But that's it. I'm going to head off and finish this bloomin' moon glade once I've done all this editing, and get it in testing. So please hold me in your thoughts for Monday, because it's going to be awful if it all goes wrong. And I'm terrified. It's years since I designed an adult top. I'm really out of practice, and I'm really scared. So yeah, and if you want to test it and put yourself on that roller coaster, you are very welcome to. I'll put my link to my newsletter where you can sign up for my testing calls. The testing call is going out on Monday, and you get 24 hours to apply before I accept people. If you are a larger lady and you are up for testing, they are always the harder ones to fill, because obviously we know it takes a lot more time and it takes a lot more yarn, and I can't provide yarn support in my tests, unfortunately. However, oh, I should have mentioned that earlier. So Skein and the Stitch is offering a discount for her yarn for the test knitters. I don't know how much the discount is, but it is, if you use her classic sock yarn for the test, which is the yarn that I've used, she's offering a discount for it, so that could help. Also, I'm going to barely touch that third skein in reality if I hadn't dropped my other one in tea. So barely touching that would mean that the larger sizes, I think it would be 4 at the most skeins of yarn. I don't know, because I haven't calculated that part yet, but I think it's going to be about 4 skeins. So yeah, it's not too bad with it not having sleeves and everything. And yeah, if you would really like to test, I would really love to have you, especially larger ladies. I always struggle to fill those spots, so if you're thinking about it, then please. The top goes from a 29-inch bust to a 61-inch bust. There's 9 sizes, so yeah, I'll see you there if you're joining me. But anyway, I'm going because I'm waffling like mad. So have a wonderful 2 weeks. I hope the sun starts to shine, because it it's rubbish here. It's grey and dull and ugh. We're back to like, it's kind of like autumn, but we're not in autumn yet. Maybe we've had a summer and that was it. Woof, straight back round. But fingers crossed we get some sunshine. It's supposed to be sunshiny next week. Anyway, I'm British, we talk about the weather, I'm sorry. So I'm off. I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a lovely, lovely time of it. And yeah, I'm going. Bye.